Hey there, welcome back to True North Reviews, and welcome to 2019. My name is Ryan, and I'm ready to kick off the new year with a segment I like to call Hot and Cold. This is something I like to do just to keep you guys up to date on the best and worst singles that I heard over the past week. This video will specifically look at songs put out between January 6th and 12th. If you like or dislike any of these songs, be sure to tell me why down in the comments. Leave a like and tell your friends about these videos and get them to subscribe. I'd appreciate that very much. I'm looking forward to a lot of content this year, and I'd love to have all of them music lovers out there along for the ride. Kicking off the year on a strong note with the hot tracks, we have the new single from Catfish and the Bottlemen. It's called Long Shot. Now, Catfish and the Bottlemen are a band that I love for their singles. I haven't quite made the time to check out any of their deep cuts, but I'm impressed with what they've done for the alternative rock scene over the past few years. This new single, though, it's right up my alley for laid-back kind of rock, which would be comparable to the likes of Tokyo Police Club. Just something about it feels careless yet infectious. The melody in the chorus is definitely one I can see myself humming on repeat in 2019, and the song in general I can see myself coming back to. Billie Eilish has released a new single which was inspired by the film Roma. It's called When I Was Older. I love the groove to the 808s, I admire the pulsating volume and dynamics to the vocals, but more impressively, the dark and brooding atmosphere is something that I'm quickly gravitating towards with Billie Eilish's music. Next up, we have Lana Del Rey's Hope is a Dangerous Thing for a Woman Like Me to Have. And yeah, she's an artist I haven't really been the biggest fan of in the past, with the exception of her song Mariner's Apartment Complex, which made my top 10 best songs list from 2018. Not to say that her own material is bad, it just isn't for me. I'm kind of glad that her new stuff is growing on me a lot, though. I think it's mostly owed to the fact that she's giving more focus to her vocal variety. I'll be honest, I'm not really one to enjoy the breathy timbre of her voice, so it's nice to see her keeping it to a minimum on this new track, along with having some personal lyrics and an intimate piano arrangement. So believe it or not, I am actually looking forward to the new Lana Del Rey record, which is due to come out this year. The Weeknd is also set to drop a new album sometime this year, and I don't know if he just put out the lead single for it or not, but Lost in the Fire is a great track in my opinion. It features another catchy melody in the vocal department, but it's the slick and silky production that steals the show for me on this one. Another artist with a new album coming out, this one is a for sure thing, and it's being released by Future, and his new single, Jumping on a Jet, will have you either squirming because of its atrocious auto-tune, but honestly it's grown on me, and its banging production is enough to distract me from the obnoxious vocals. Yeah, the lyrics don't really have much meaning behind them, but it's a banger, and it's very brief and quick to get through, so it lands itself on my middle-of-the-road list of the week. Again, that's not the greatest thing that I've heard, but it's also not the worst, so that's why it ends up being somewhere in the middle. The other middle-of-the-road track this week goes to the Canadian indie rock band Said the Whale and their single Old Soul, Young Heart. I'll cut them slack on it because it sounds like an interlude more than anything else, and I'm going to hold off on making any critiques until the album drops in early February. Rounding out this week, just a couple cold tracks I want to tell you about. Now remember, these are songs that I feel like are pretty bad, and unfortunately my first pick is from an artist I'm usually a pretty big fan of, even with the purposefully sad lyrics. Of course, this is Sam Smith on the single Dancing with a Stranger. Now it also features Normani, someone I haven't really been overly exposed to, but the chemistry on this track is non-existent, it's downright awkward, and the ooh baby baby kind of refrain just gets on my nerves. It grinds my gears, you know what I'm saying. And the final song, easily taking my pick for the worst I heard last week, is the new single from Judah and the Lion. It's called Over My Head. It's like mixing John Bellion with Owl City, and I can already see it being on my worst songs of the year list. Of course, it didn't really take long for that to happen, even though we're only a couple weeks into January. But that just about wraps it up. Tell me some of the new songs you've been listening to this year. Of course, it's typically slower in terms of the number of releases we get in January, but I'm looking forward to a strong year of music, so sound off down below in the comments, like, share, subscribe, and as always, have a rockin' day.